This is just a Sunday chat to reintroduce myself to folks who've been following me, and then introduce myself to those who are just joining me on this page. So, as you know, my name is Dayo Adejobi-Adesola. I am originally from Nigeria. I'm from the southwest of Nigeria. I practiced law in Nigeria for close to 10 years before I relocated to Canada about 10 years ago. And I am now an immigration consultant. I started doing this in 2014, and that was when I also created this page. So if you've been following me since then, I really appreciate the followership and staying with me. And also, I've been doing this for 6 years. And what can I do for you as a licensed immigration consultant? So I can help you with visas. I can help you to process visas. Okay, so I can see that Michael Asilevi is asking a question. I'll answer your question in a little bit. Are you asking how it is possible to get a visa to Canada? Yes, it's possible to get a visa to Canada. If you apply and you meet the eligibility criteria, you will be able to get a visa to Canada. What type of visa are you looking for? Although I would recommend that if you have specific questions, that you send me an email or send me a DM here on Facebook, and then I can respond to you so that your questions are private and you're not asking and you're not exposing private issues to the members of the public. So as I was saying, my name is Dayo. I have been doing this for 6 years. How can I help you as a licensed immigration consultant? If you're looking to travel as a tourist to Canada, although that's quite slow right now because of the pandemic, it's considered non-essential travel now. So if you're coming as a tourist to Canada, you are not able to visit right now. You can only come for essential purposes, which would be you're coming to study here, you're coming to land here as a permanent resident, or you're coming to visit family, a family member who is ill, or you're coming for a funeral, God forbid. So what can I do for you aside from a tourist visa? I can help with study permits. That's one of my specialties right now. I can help you to immigrate to Canada as a business person. I can also help you to immigrate to Canada as a professional. Also, I can help you to bring your spouses to Canada or to join your spouses in Canada. And remember, when we say spouses, it falls into different categories. It could be your common law partner, or it could be your partner that you're in a civil marriage with. I can help you with family sponsorships. So bear that in mind. So just to talk a little bit more about myself, I am a mom. I've been here for 10 years. I'm a Canadian citizen. And also I write, I blog when I have the time. I also teach at a career college. I teach folks who are looking to become immigration consultants in Canada. So I wear many beautiful hats. Also, my areas, I try as much as possible to help new migrants who are here. It's not easy at all, I can tell you. It's not easy coming into a new country and settling in. So I have a non-profit that I run to help new immigrants to Canada, as well as to raise awareness about the dangers of human trafficking. The country that I'm from, originally Nigeria, is a source country for human trafficking. So the creating awareness, especially for our young women and girls, that human trafficking, it will end in doom. Something that I've been trying to do, and I'll keep on doing that. So sometimes you'll see me here talking about human trafficking as well, and also talking about migration and how to come to Canada legally and how to travel abroad legally. I know that as Africans, we're very nomadic. We like to travel. Nigerians in particular like to travel. We're very nomadic. We want to travel abroad. We want to, and then of course, the economy in Africa, especially Nigeria, is not very good right now. So a lot of people are looking for greener pastures, and who would blame them for that? But it's always vital, always essential to do it the right way. So feel free to ask questions. I'll chip in what I can whenever I can. So talking a little bit more about myself, as I said, I'm a mom of 2 teenage boys and a young girl. And also I A snapshot of my services, I already talked about that. I can help with almost anything you want to do in traveling to Canada. Once in a while, I can help with there's some countries that I can help with. Whenever, sometimes I work as an offshore agent for certain countries. But so just if you have questions about those countries, send me a DM here and I can help you with that as well. So another thing I want to talk about is what is new right now in the Canadian immigration field, in the industry. So the newest so far was just a few days ago. The Minister for Immigration announced that folks that expressed interest to sponsor their families, like not everyone, the parents and grandparent category, folks that expressed interest to sponsor their parents and grandparents about a month ago or 2 months ago. Now the selection is going on. It started 2 days ago. So if you expressed interest as a Canadian citizen or Canadian permanent resident that you want to bring your parents or grandparents to Canada, the selection is going on now, which means you have been selected. So which means you have 60 days to put together your documents to sponsor your parents or grandparents. So it's not as easy as it sounds. So it's always ideal to work with a professional who can take you through the steps, check that you're eligible as a sponsor, check that your parents are eligible so that you do not get a refusal the first time. Always work with a professional. Some things are very easy to do, but not everything. So work with a professional. So the ITAs are out. They started sending them in 2 days ago. And folks that are invited to sponsor will have 60 days to put together their paperwork and send it into the government of Canada for sponsorship. So that's the new thing. The other thing that's out is that I think not new, but I think I talked about it in the previous video, that students who have an application in place with the government of Canada may actually begin their studies remotely, even if their visa is not ready yet. And this is because the government of Canada takes into cognizance the fact that a lot of offices around, government offices, are not functioning fully yet. The biometric centers, not all of them are open. A lot of, even the government of Canada staffers are still, some of them are still working remotely. So that has slowed down things a little bit. So the government of Canada is aware of that. The government is also aware of travel restrictions in many countries due to the pandemic. So the way it is now is that folks who are outside Canada can work remotely, can actually work remotely and be able to liaise with their school, get their orientation in place, and even start classes prior to their visas being approved and they're coming into Canada. So that's something else that it's cheering news for folks who are waiting to get their visas approved. And also the quarantine measures are still in place for those who are traveling to Canada. The new thing, though, I think there was something new last week, is that you must have a certificate, and I think it's a 2-day. You must have it at least. You must show that you did the test, I think 2 or 3 days before you traveled, and have the certificate on you when you board a plane to come to Canada for whatever reason at all. So and remember, the quarantine is still in place. 14 days to quarantine whenever you come into town. But make sure, if you're a traveler to Canada already with a visa, whatever you're coming for, make sure you have a certificate to show from your medical, from the doctors, that you've done a test and you've passed it or whatever, and then before you board your plane, because they will ask for it. So those are the things that are new so far. And the other thing that we want to remember is also that for students, Canada is the government of Canada. That's another thing that's new. The government of Canada also have new measures in place to encourage students who are coming into Canada to stay back in Canada and not go back. Canada needs workers. Canada, especially if you were trained here, you will be able, the possibility of staying back, your chances of staying back are huge. And so that's why many times I invite folks who have been waiting in the express entry for a long time to stay, to look at the option of coming into Canada for studies, because you may be able, you have one leg in already, and then you may look at pathways for staying back as a worker for starters, and then as a permanent resident in Canada eventually. If there's anyone, please let me know if you can hear me still, and if you have questions, please type them in the chat box, in the comment section. I'll take your questions, and if not, please send me a DM. So as I said, this is just my introductory, reintroducing myself to the page again. For those who have just connected with me here, thank you so much for connecting. I will stay in touch from time to time and bring you tidbits about what's new, updates about Canadian immigration, and whatever I see that you will find interesting, and will keep you updated. So thank you so much for joining me. It's Dayo from Canada. My details, I work remotely now. Everybody works remotely. My province is currently on lockdown. So a lot of people, as many people as possible, work from home. I work from home as well most of the time now. So feel free to send me an email. Feel free to send your inquiries to me. I'll put my details up here. Thank you so much for joining me, and do have a lovely week. Bye now.